Okay, artist, get out your painting supplies. We're going to make some watercolor bookmarks today. I set up my workstation by taping my watercolor paper down to the table today. If you have painter's tape or masking tape, go around the edges of your watercolor paper, and I have it divided into two bookmark shapes to start out with. So as you can see, I'm just using regular clean water to wet down the whole rectangle on the right side. So you can start out by taping off your space and then using just water to wet down your watercolor paper. Then I'm going to use some blue to do a wet on wet watercolor technique, and I'm going to be coming down in vertical lines instead of horizontal lines in this one. You'll notice I have the one on the left already has some paint on. I did a wet on wet sky over there with some colors just in horizontal stripes. We'll try something different on the right side with these lines. So I'm going to finish filling in with my dark blue some areas in the sky, and then I'm going to take a lighter blue and fill in between. And then I'm just going to let that sky dry completely before the next step. While you let one sky dry, you can be drawing on a different one that is already dry with Sharpie markers. I'm going to try some evergreen trees over here on the left. After my blue sky is dry, then I'm going to add in the land at the bottom of my painting. Since this one is dry, I'm going to take off my painter's tape and reveal that nice crisp clean edge. I'm going to save this same piece of painter's tape because I'm going to use it to cover up the edge for my new bookmark shape. Before we do any painting on this middle bookmark, take your Sharpie or your pen and draw a mountain shape. We're going to have some mountains in this one. Let's do a wash for the sky. So we're going to use that clean water dish and with a clean brush just put down water. Fill the whole sky above the mountain with water. Now choose one color of paint to go over it with and just take horizontal brush strokes back and forth starting from the top and working your way down. So we're going to have a gradiated value starting dark at the top and getting lighter as it goes towards our mountain. Now let's put in some details in our mountain. You'll notice that I'm using a finer tip. I am just using a regular ink pen to put in some lines into the mountains. I'm going to create some areas that are shadowed in our mountains and put in some cross hatching to show some value. I'm also going to add just some little areas in our mountain to just create some shadows in. Whatever direction you start your crosshatch or your hatching, not cross hatching, just continue that same direction. So I'm just kind of making some lines, filling in this area that I'm creating to make it look like a shadowed area on the mountain. Now you can carefully take off the painter's tape or the masking tape that you used to reveal your finished bookmarks. And since that middle one just has a lot of white space. I'm going to take my pen and give it a little outline just to show the shape of where my picture is. You can use the scissors, cut them apart, and ta-da, you have some bookmarks. Beautiful bookmarks.